Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day this is for you. Still a morning for me. Welcome, it's me, Wingishni Bay, Majeki Kwe, your friendly, freaky ass, sweet grass, water medicine woman. Christianna Chris Carr, superstar. All this beautiful divine being right here. Welcome, you beautiful divine beings, right here too. Free flowing Friday. What we gonna do? How has your week gone? Have you been doing the little exercises? I didn't even look up what we'd started with on Monday, if that was the dancers in the wind of time, or was that the restoring balance card? Oh, I can't remember. What was that? I have put out there, and I do need to get to work, make some money, have some exchanges. So I'm into the private readings. I have tried this live stuff. I'm not such a techie kind of person, and on top of that, social media stuff, I'm trying to do my best to keep up with just the Facebook. So, I'm not going to be a TikTok and all that stuff, or Instagrams and things like that. It's just not, it's not me. It's, and it's things like with those, and even with this YouTube here, to make any of that for them to make money for you, you need to get your following up there. I've been at this for 3 years. I have 36 subscribers. So after three years, right? And I share it out, but that's the thing. That's how you get those followers. You share and then others share. But I haven't found, there isn't, my videos aren't shared out there. I get lots of likes and they're helping and things, so I keep doing it. But, and my intentions weren't about popularity and getting paid. It's about helping people. And even my job and building Begin Within, it's not about getting financial success. It's about helping others, and not helping others to where I'm left with nothing, right? So all my dreams, even when I dreamt about being rich and famous, it wasn't about the rich and famous, right? It was about, that was the bonus to it. If I could, first of all, it's a way I could get around and travel and get paid for it, right? Destination shooting or whatever, on location shooting, whatever, stuff like that. But also, if there was fame that came from it, I could use that to benefit others. And there was something we'd read years ago in the Sylvia Brown thing about finding your purpose. I don't know how it came about, but somehow in there it said that my purpose was manipulation. I thought, what? I didn't like that. And then tried to put a swing on it. Right, okay, I become Kitchi superstar, get famous, and manipulate the world into being happy, peaceful, loving people. And sometimes there's words that we attach a negative thing to. We say manipulation. Well, doesn't the artist manipulate clay to turn that into something else? So manipulation in itself isn't bad. But it's how we use it. Is it for personal gain? Is it to help others? What is that for you? So again, when it comes to making money off my videos, if you're interested, I'm best for the one-to-one. I'm also thinking those live things too did kind of throw me off a bit, because I can't keep up with the stuff going, and then I'm so afraid that I'm going to miss something or whatever. Whew. So I'm here offering one-to-ones. If you would like me to do a private video just for you and send it like this, or if you would like to do more interactive with me, we can do that. But you're not going to see much of me going live and on the social media stuff, so you're going to have to find me where you can. And, yeah, because it's just not me. It's just not me. I did try, you saw. Well, if you have looked, I did try to do lives on here when I was able to, and then they changed their whole policies and things like that. I mean, maybe one day eventually I'll get to that, but right now, with the way things are in my life, I do need to provide service, but I can't spread myself out too thin. So doing it that way, I would be really too thin. I'm saying this because I've had quite a few suggestions on doing that. I've had comments on there about doing that. There was a few things. Somebody was, there's this TikTok, there's this other one, like they got Patreon, they've got Vimeo, There's another one that's mostly gamers on there, whatever. So there is so many things. So if you know anybody out there would like to make money from these, go for it. There is lots that are making money from it. But like I say, I'm not on top of it enough. You have to be on there and putting your stuff out there, sharing it everywhere. And then the key, it's not just you sharing it. Others have to share that too. So in the 3 years, I think, aside from me, there's only been like 2 people, maybe 3, I don't know, and not shared my videos, but maybe 2 or 3 videos that were shared by somebody other than myself. So, you know, it's hard to get yourself out there when I'm doing my part, putting it out there, but it stops with who's ever there. I don't know, for whatever reasons. Whatever reason, I can look at that. Well, hey, most of the viewers just come through the link through Facebook and not actual subscribers. And, you know, and you can watch through Facebook without having a YouTube account and all that. But if you're watching through those, then your likes and stuff like that doesn't count on your YouTube. It's too confusing and complicated for me. So I don't need that. So again, if you would like, I put down flat rate, $50 fee. If you can't, if there's something that's going to put too much financial stress and you're feeling you really need the support to find that answer's in there, we could definitely work something out. I mean, all sorts of help I need at home, so we can do it in trade of services too, right? You know, it's that bartering. It's not just that money. Okay, I'm not just a money person. It's not about making the money, but I do need to survive, right? So, and right now, in this world, yep, that money pays the bills. Love does not. Even though I'd be happy. I'd be happy in the bush, in a little shack. Oh yeah, that's my dream. Kooky old lady in the mountains. You can come see me anytime, but you know, I'm gonna stay in the mountains. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, medicine's in there. Working that pain. Okay. Yeah, I'm white. I had a shower yesterday. It's part of my big fatigue times. Of course, the grief takes a lot out of you. It comes in waves. It's sad. My Andy Bear. Now he's a grown man. He's making his own choices, and that's all I can, you know, that's all we can hope for. That's all I've ever hoped for, is that they think for themselves, they use their own mind, they don't follow blindly. And the one thing, I'm very disappointed. That's the truth. Very disappointed he never came and talked to my face. A boy that would stand up for me. And I didn't even know I'd hurt when we lived at the townhouses on Hilliard Street. I driving around my big red Az is what I'm saying. It was an Aztec. It was fun. Just for the chokes. But one time there, townhouses we lived in, apparently, and I didn't see it. I'd heard about it after somebody had TP'd my big red Az. How funny is that? Now I just got that. Toilet paper all over my big red Az. Anyways, I didn't see that. Andy, I don't know if it was his party or something, had friends over, and that was my thing. Keep them safe, responsibly there. You tell them they can't, they're going to rebel. So they'd actually had a couple of drinks. You know, he always took care of his friends. Anyway, I'm making excuses, but whatever. It was safe. It was good. Anyways, and he went out there and saw this was covered. Well, apparently, one of my neighbors told me about that. She knew the guys that did it. The 2 guys that did it apparently were standing there like deers caught in a headlight and just didn't say nothing. Because they didn't see my Andy Bear like this. And he was cursing and ripping the toilet paper off there. Don't they know how much this would hurt my mom if she had to come out and do this? Apparently he's cursing and swearing, and he was standing up for his mom. Because he understood how much pain it would have caused me to have to reach up and clear all that off. So it's disappointing and it hurts. Because it goes from that to just a couple years later. What I've done to somebody else is unforgivable when I didn't do anything. There's a misconception out there that I've accused somebody of something, and I never accused anybody of anything. I don't know what's gone on. All I know is what I was told by my 4-year-old child who asked me for help. Asked for something to stop. Never accused anybody of anything. It's what I've been told and what I've seen with my own 2 eyes. I make no accusations of anything. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to find understanding. The way things gone down, well, there's an understanding there, but I wish it wasn't that. Because the way it's gone down, it's all true here, what I was told. Not what I accused, because I never accused. I don't know what's happened. I wasn't there. Nobody was. Nobody was. Who could say for sure? Because who was there? Who was there? I'm a mother that stood up for her child. And now, in this backwards world, you stand up for your child and they take them away from you. Because you're distraught. You don't want to believe this is going on, right? So you're going to, anything. I'll accept any other, right? Please tell me, because then that didn't happen. Because I do not want to believe it either. I couldn't. I was in denial. I didn't want to be in denial anymore. So now others are, but who suffers from that? Who's going to, it's my children that got to pay for those adults that just decided to take a stance without going and getting all sides of the story. Do you make strong opinions without knowing everything, right? And then do you go and express that opinion as if you know everything? Do you take snapshots and think? Right? Look at, when we zoom in on a picture, we can't be clear on what that picture is. You zoom in on something, it looks like so many different things until you zoom out and you get the whole picture. Geez, what you thought that little speck was could be nothing close to what that bigger picture was. Okay, calling in all of our energies from the east, path of illumination and clarity, place of fire, place of man. Calling back all of our energies from the south, that's the waters, the emotions, the child, the innocence. I'm going to make some more room here. Excuse me. Mess on my table. Calling back all of the energies from the west, that's the physical, place of introspection, the earth, woman. Calling back all of our energies from the north, that's the wisdom years. The air, the mental. And we walk a red road from the south. Right, south into childhood, where hopefully our bodies were respected so that we in turn learn to respect our bodies. Because if our bodies aren't respected, we're not going to respect our bodies. So hopefully when we're little, our bodies are respected. And remember, children, they're too young to give consent, even to each other, and that's what they should be taught. Consent, consent, consent. Child cannot give consent because they're a child. So hopefully our little bodies were respected. But if they weren't, hopefully we're respecting our littles inside now. And hopefully we're respecting our littles outside as they're their own little bodies. We can't force them into anything. They're their own little bodies. They're not there for our pleasure. Childhood is up to the north, where we gather little bits of ourselves, right? We're gathering information. We're learning, gathering that knowledge, and eating everything up that we can, gobbling it all up like those little caterpillars. We're gobbling that all up, gathering that all together. As we get up to the wisdom years, maybe we're gathering back all those parts to ourselves that had left us when we went through abuses as children. Whatever that was. And every child, every single one of us, no exceptions, has gone through something. Where's that come from? Well, cycles of abuse. We're all caught in them. It's up to each of us. Even if you've passed some on, we can make up for that. I've passed things on that I'm not proud of. But dang, I have made no allegations, no accusations. I reported what I was told. And what I had witnessed with my own eyes. What I had experienced myself that's stealthy, right? But they try to keep it hidden. Ha, right? But this is the blue road of spirit. Spirit doesn't try to stay hidden. well, hidden the best parts of ourselves inside. They say weasel can pickpocket a great spirit and leave him contemplating the divine navel, something like that. So spirit is with us and works through us in quiet ways and subtle ways. But we can wake up to that and see that and be aware and awake and allow that to work through us. East to west is the blue road of spirit, right? Into that dream time. What are we dreaming into being, right? We wanted to have this earth human experience. So we dreamt up these bodies, and spirit came into this body and animated these bodies, and here we go. Above, below, and within. Now I'm in such fatigue days, so you see that? Oof. I had a shower yesterday, so I'm not stinky, which is good. I got no smell-o-vision anyway, so don't worry. You ain't gonna smell me. A lot of pain. Woo, it's like running marathons, right? These emotions, especially when it's grief but I'm getting mixes because I'm feeling something good coming in, or am I just trying to stay balanced so I don't completely go? I had a great time with my daughter on Wednesday. Oh, materialization of love. Wow. Oh, the harvest. And contemplate your blessings. That was the one that fell out the other day when I couldn't remember. The materialization of love, right? We have it all here. What are we manifesting? How's it manifesting in your life? Are you, making, you're crafting what you have to offer? Contemplating those blessings? Right? Seeing that divine's there, always pouring that love on you. Just open up to that flow. Bring in that harvest. There's something personal, I don't know. If you've been single for a while or whatever, right? You need to be full whole in yourself. Maybe find that. Have you been hiding parts of yourself? So how can somebody love you fully, wholly, completely for you if you don't let all those things show, right? Whatever that is for you. I know, I thought I had that. It's everything I dreamed. It just turned out, right? Well, then he had somebody else he could talk to that knew me a whole lot better than he did. And helped him to figure me out. Helped him to manipulate me without even knowing. Because the more he was like that one, the more I was... Yeah, in denial, because it was something that wasn't. It was the thing that never was. Wow, already 20 minutes in. Here we go. Let's just go to the top and then work to the sides. Okay. Overall, going into the weekend. Did you release everything with that full moon? You need to release, right? You need to clean out before you can fill up again. What's that? Wow. Mm-hmm. Those hiddens. Mm-hmm. Deep, 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 deep. How are we going to respond? We're clearing that out. We're finding new ways to respond. The new abilities was up there. Was that yesterday? Finding new ways to be in our bodies because our bodies are shifting, right? We don't have the baby bodies anymore. Learn how to be in the little toddler body and learn how to be in the little child body and adolescence. And whoa, when do we go through hormone changes at adolescence, right? We have that ability to respond. And then we get up into my age up here. I guess I'm middle-aged now. I don't know. I don't feel like a big kid. Then my body feels like, ancient. Balance it. We got to balance it. That's what we got to do and confront that. Confront. Okay, your ability to respond. You have this idea about, okay, aging. With aging, this comes and that comes. Oh, menopause, the most horrible thing. I tell you, you want to look at menopause in a positive way, watch Christian Northrup, right? And you're going to be looking forward to menopause. I am. Whoa! That's how we respond. So confront how you look at things. And then so how's that? Then you can change your ability to respond. The way you look at something, maybe you can change the way you look at it. And then maybe then you change the way you respond to it. Right? Because that's all that we really, truly have power over, right? If we can't change it on the outside, we can change our mind and how we respond to it. Right? Instead of instead of reacting, we respond. We take our time and we take a big breath and then we respond. Weirdo. Swinging. I am swinging. Right? Try to be heavy in waves, and then there it goes. That's okay. All the feelings are okay. We're human beings, so we confront in that, right? Because there's been change. My ability to respond to it. And what's going on. Right? We got to confront that. How do we? Sometimes in our reactions, and sometimes we react instead of responding, and then we can bring stuff on us more. I know more my situation, right? Because it's been stated that I'm unstable, so then more you cry or whatever. But it's not looked at how much was thrown at you, and you're slammed with this huge, like, tsunami. All at once. There's no place you can go to get away from it. It's not. And then just... right? And the only fighting I'm doing is to keep my head above water, to be able to keep breathing. Because that is something. I mean, when we first moved in here, I went and got my lungs checked. Never been through grief like that before. The heaviness on the chest, and you don't feel like you can breathe. The pains in my heart, like physical. This is physical. Physical reactions to this grief and my family being ripped apart because I stood up. Somebody asked me for help. So I stood up and was confronting. Okay, what's going on here? This is, and if this isn't so, there's still something wrong. Why would this be said? So we look at that inner selves. How maybe our responses, okay, is keeping us blocked from something, right? Keeping us from that understanding, right? Keeping that person's ears closed or whatever that is for you. Let's confront in ourselves how we hold ourselves back. Let's confront in ourselves the way we've responded, and maybe we need to make some adjustments, fine tuning. I don't know. What is that for you? Right? So we'll reflect on that. Let's look inside. Look inside. And receiving, we receive that creativity, a different way of looking at something. It might open up our eyes that we've never looked at it that way before. Whatever that is in your own life, remember, tune into you, into your souls within you. Cycles and movement, right? We're looking at that, how we changed the way we responded in those cycles and movements, right? How we could get further when we learned to walk instead of crawl, right? But maybe we would never have done that if somebody said, no, walking is evil. We do not do walking. Whatever that is. Or confronting where we have repeated cycles that were unhealthy, right? And they didn't create movement, not movement forward. Maybe they helped us to slip backwards. What is that? But are we really going backwards? The world turns in one direction. So if we may be trying to walk backwards, that world is still turning. We're all still going that same way. We're all going in one direction. Right? So we could confuse ourselves in that. Let's look at that. Let's look at that, right? And find that joy. Tap into that joy, that innocence, right? That little baby that sees everything is all brand new. Look at this world. We can learn through joy. We can choose joy or sorrow. We've gone through enough sorrows and suffering. It's time to tap into that joy and learn from that, the love and that joy, right? Devotion to joy and healing, not fear and destruction. Devotion to creating healthy cycles and movement where everybody is moved. Nobody's feeling stifled in whatever that is for you. So let's reflect on that just in your own life, finding that joy in your own life. What brings you joy? Makes you feel the most joyful? Made you feel joyful when you were a child, right? Tapping into that, into those roots. Maybe that little needs a little bit of that. Yesterday was about playing. Oh, this is over here. All right, and then what are we doing today, this weekend? Whenever you check in with your source inside, you'll feel that inspiration, excitement. When to do it, what to do. What to doodly doodly do, do doodly do, do 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 do. Sweat depurification. Whether you go to an actual physical sweat lodge, or a lot of times these won't be happening at this time of year because everything is in rest. It doesn't mean that it can't happen. But purifying our thoughts, even going and having a steamy shower, maybe soaking in the hot tub, having that cedar bath, whatever that is for you, is cleansing out and purifying those thoughts, right? Anything that leads to suffering, let's clear that out so we return to that joy. You'll find that joy in that suffering because, hey, maybe if I didn't go through this, I wouldn't have appreciated that so much, right? So sometimes that suffering can help us appreciate that joy even more, right? I'm feeling this sorrow and this grief for my boy. I can let these tears go and have them grow. And purify that way. I can hold them in till they cause that suffering on me. Right? So let's look at that. How do you do that? Do you stuff things down, or do you purify it and letting it out? Right? You got to let it go to grow. Diversion, because if we're not, then it's a diversion from anything else. Right? If we're focused on blame and shame, or we're not purifying those thoughts from our mind, what keeps us here? We keep looking out because somebody did this to us, because somebody did that to us, and this and that. So we need to clear out all that blame, all that shame, bring in that forgiveness, right? Because not holding forgiveness, what is that? That anger and rage is like trying to pick up a thing of burning coals and throwing it at somebody, but you're going to burn yourself too. So let's look at that and how this fear, these angers, that's a diversion to keep us from this joy. Because if we tap into that and see those cycles, wow, those that want to control us, they're not going to have that control. So they want to keep us diverted. Or maybe sometimes that distraction helps us, right? We get out, we go play. We get out of our own way. So we purify. We tap in and tune in just into that moment. Because if we're thinking about anything else, that's a distraction from this moment. So we tune in to right now. We can't do anything about this out here. Can't do anything about that over there. So we tune in to that moment. Purifying. Whatever's not here, I'm part of this now. Purifying in those cycles. What worked? Using more of that. What is that for you? What does that all say to you? What's it saying to you? What is your truth? You get in touch with that, there you go. That's a victory. You know who you are. You know you're connected to the divine. You know you'll have a power to change cycles. You know you'll have power to make shifts, beautiful shifts in your life that will affect not just you, but all. Everything we do affects forward and backwards in time. We can help heal our ancestors, and help share that healing and spread that joy into the future so we can learn more from joy instead of sorrow. There's been enough sorrowing for us to learn from in this world. Why continue it? It's senseless, it's pointless. That is not a victory. That takes us backwards and not forwards. So let's reflect on that for ourselves here. Now we get ourselves going backwards. If we want that victory, right, it begins within, in gentleness. We must do it in gentleness. Gentle with yourselves, my friends. I'm so today. Well, that was the top card. Whatever, I'm being so fussy. Yeah, he's fatigued days, up and down. It's like I feel something good coming in, and there's still that struggle. You know, like we said, well, yeah, I can be happy in this. I can't be happy without my kids. Well, what do we put limits on like that for? I don't want to do that. It's to just solidify making me lose my kids, right? If I crash and completely go into burnout and breakdown, whatever. It's tough. Everything ripping me apart, and I'm trying to hold it all together. Well, I can't hold it all together. I'm just trying to hold myself together in that all. Because I can't hold anything else together. Well, I just hold myself together. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. Hold ourselves together. What good do we do anybody falling apart? All right. Hey, but sometimes, man, falling apart, they see they're not the only one. Yeah, we can fall apart. We can put ourselves back together again. Sometimes we need help and assistance with that. I know I do. You know, when somebody just puts that finger there to hold that bow. Noticing needs. Noticing your own needs. And you have that ability to respond to that, confronting. Right? Because if we don't confront our own needs, we might be placing them and projecting them onto our children. If we didn't notice the needs of when we were a child, how were they responded to when we were a child? How did our needs get responded to? So, and if we're not, we can be placing that on our children, what they needed, what we wanted, we thought we're going to put that onto our children. Woo! Not everybody needs the same thing as you. I mean, really, as humans, we all need air and water and food and shelter, you know, so we have same basic needs. But then there's other needs that are personal to each. If we don't notice ours and notice that we have some different needs than others, we might not notice that somebody has a different need than we. Whatever that is for you. So we're confronting that inside. We're noticing the needs. And it begins within. Noticing our own needs. Ow. Then we're reflecting on that, the joy and the cycles and movement. We can create that, we know. We can make those shifts. It's a matter of choice and choosing. We're given free will beings. We can make those choices. There we go, we got 2. Right, we can see the star, ascension, the grandfathers who have gone before us. You see that path that's been laid out before us, and we can follow that. We can follow our own, right? But right, and then we can see there is the harvest lodge of stones. There's plenty for all. That's what they want us to see. There's enough for us all. Look back, where civilizations got along harmoniously. They shared from their bounties. There wasn't a lack. We you know, if we gave back, there was always, we didn't take more than we needed. We used everything. Nothing was wasted. Look at the wasteful society we're in now. Look at that. Look at what we do to ourselves. But we're not to feel guilty for that. Let's be gentle on ourselves, right? Because, hey, we were showing away. And we forgot to connect with our ancestors. We thought we could go on our own way and just listen to the man and not connect to the stars. That's all part of our world there too. We're made of those stars too. We're those little sparks. So look at that, right? Get in touch with our ancestors. I'll show you, hey, this is how. There's plenty for all. There's no need to fear, because it's that fear that gets us fighting, warring over that there's not enough. Those that want to control us want to divert us from that. So let's clear that out. Right? That's what we're doing. Then we move on to doing that. Clearing that out. Clearing that out. Taking that action, that sweat lodge, you know. Maybe we need a little bit of a diversion because we're too hooked up and there's not enough. Maybe, right? Maybe we're afraid to... Maybe we've been diverting ourselves from our art. Your art is your shield and power. What have you done to tap into your art, right? I was sharing yesterday, but there's a little indication when I say I was singing and I hit those notes, but those are those feelings. Maybe it's not singing for you, but it's something that's brought maybe that kind of feeling to you where you feel it into your soul, through every fiber of your being. What is that for you? And do more of that. What's stopping you? What's holding you back from that? For me, when I said, wait, I didn't want to get criticized, it's because you don't want to get criticized? It's because you don't think you're good enough? What is that for you? So purify out whatever you think that you can't do. And what's stopping you? What is holding you back? If you think it's somebody else, it's you. It's you, it's you, it's you. We hold ourselves back. We could say it's somebody else because they said this. Well, we chose to accept that as us. It's you, it's you, it's you. You can make those changes. You can purify your thoughts. You can focus and align. There's that victory in that. You're being gentle with yourself. You're being gentle with yourself, with your little inside, right? We're getting swept away in our being of who we are. Not forgetting all, but knowing we need to fall in love with ourselves, all of our being. Because how can we share that with anybody else? Are we just trying to sweep them up at all the good sides of us? Don't let them see the bad sides. Bad sides. Whatever. Right? Are we doing that in gentleness? Or are we bullying over somebody? Excuse me. What is that? Do we see our relationships as victories and keeping tabs and keeping scores? What is that for you? And there's the grandmothers. Yes! Our ancestors are there. The intuition, infinity within the grandmothers. And there's the moon card. So we have the star. This was the star in the traditional deck. And the moon. And we just had that full moon. That intuitive and infinity within. Look within yourself. That unlimited source of potential and miracle that you are. And get swept away in your art. In your passion. Stop diverting yourself from that, because as we tune into that and we're doing that, we get more into that flow. Then we have that victory, because then we're following it. We don't know why, but we're following it, and it's just all working out. Whoa, because we're tapped in, tuned in, and turned on. Tapped in, tuned in, turned on. There we go. Look at that. 17, 18. Was there a 19 up there? Because that one's a 20. Look at that. So beautiful. So get in touch with your art, right? Have fun. Have fun. What is that for you? Doesn't have to be painting. Whatever makes you feel alive. You know, gets your cells vibrating. What is that for you? I wanted to bring that in a little closer. You bring this closer. Oh, here, let me give you hugs first, and then I'll give you a closer view of this. Okay. Biggest heart hugs ever. Yes, thank you for being you, shining your light through everything you do. You know it. This world needs you. If you want to tap in, see what that gift is, hey, reach out. Reach out. I don't have the answers for you, but I can help you tap inside. That's something I've done. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm really good at it. I have had lots of compliments, and this is not to toot my own horn. Beep, beep. But it's not me. The answers are in you, not in me. They're not in the cards. They're deep inside, right? When you connect with the divine. Love yous. There we go. Confronting. All that you're not, you're left with all that you are. Beautiful beings. All belonging here. At this time. It's true. It's so exciting. Oh, be you.